Hello everyone, here we are again, module 6, almost done with the course. This will be a quick video. Let's take a look at kind of what's going on. So last week we had 2 one-pagers. That is graded. I'm shooting this as of Wednesday. Everything's looking great. People are on track. You're getting a bulk of the points, if not all of the points. If you are missing a few points, well, just look at the feedback. It usually means you need to beef it up a little bit. To get the full points for the assignment, but everybody's doing relatively well, if not extremely well at this point. So great job there. One quick thing. I introduced a couple of applications from the Evidence-Based Management Association that were on the Apple and Android. They are, at least on the Apple side, apparently they are no longer available for download. Don't know why. It says it's not available in this region. I will send an email out to the organization. Maybe it's just a weird little glitch. I have these downloaded on my phone, but I did it, a year ago. So, yeah, so that's, don't know. But again, not needed for this course, but it is kind of nice. So I just keep that on your radar. If you did want to download those apps, they're free of cost. Hopefully they come back up at the App Store. Hopefully this is just a weird oversight with those apps being not available in our region. Okay, so that, and then new business. We've got a couple one-pagers to do, and as I promised, an extra credit that I put in there today using artificial intelligence and specifically ChatGPT. All of the extra credit in this course is due at least before the end of the course. So make sure if you need it, it's there for you. Get it in by Sunday at midnight, not this week, but next week, or anytime before Sunday of next week, and you'll be good to go. This one's actually worth 50 points, kind of a reflection, easy 50 points if you need them. There's kind of really, I make it very reasonable to get an A in this course. So, if you got some points off on your one-pagers, you could easily capture those points back by doing this single one-page reflection assignment, and doing it in good faith. Probably take you maybe an hour and get 50 points for it. So, all right, so there's that. And then, again, looking forward even further to the end of the course, remember, we're going to have our big CAT due, or, our critically appraised topic, 200 points. Okay, that's a massive chunk of points for this course. Make sure you're working on that this week and next week, so you're not freaked out trying to do it over the weekend. It's very doable, but it's going to take a few hours. So make sure that you've followed the rubric that's in there, follow the requirements, use the template available, watch my little videos that are there. And that should be no problem. Usually students get the full points on that. All you got to do is just follow the instructions and meet the requirements for the assignment. So start working on this week so you can give yourself a break next week. Okay, I am going to spend just the next couple of minutes talking about artificial intelligence because the reason you're here in this program, whatever program you're in. Most of you are in healthcare administration. Some of you are in medical imaging. Some of you might be in nursing or some of our other programs. But you are here for professional advancement for the most part. Sometimes there's people that just do it for fun. We don't get too many of those, but there are some people who just go to school for fun. But most of you, I assume, are here for professional advancement. Making more money, getting a promotion, getting a job, that kind of stuff. I believe very strongly that within the next few weeks or months, not years, that artificial intelligence is going to make a big move into the human endeavor. I'll just say that, and not to be exaggerating, but things that humans do, artificial intelligence will be a part of it. Especially knowledge work, administrative work, it's going to be huge. And that's just not future talk. It's like right now. We have found, well, just those of us that are using it, we're probably twice as efficient as we were before. So we're doing twice the amount of work in the time that we, we're doing, before artificial intelligence. A study has come out recently. Of course, all of this is new. It's just a year old at this point, being available to all of us. Harvard put out a study, researching this, and what they found is that employees are at least 40% more efficient. Okay, so I actually thought that was a little low, but as people learn to use it, they could probably get that up to, I would say, 50% to maybe even twice. So you're a 2x. Okay, you're twice as efficient, and the quality is overall far better. So you're not only you're producing more, it's higher quality of work. So knowing that, I don't want you folks to be at a disadvantage with your careers. And I think there will be two groups of people. So there'll be ones that don't adopt it, and they're going to be at a disadvantage. Again, in my opinion, they'll be at a disadvantage in all segments. Let's talk professionally. They'll be at a disadvantage professionally. You'll just have people who will do twice the amount of work that will be better at it. It's just going to be, that's going to be the new world. So I would highly recommend that you spend some time to learn this, to learn AI, you start using it. If it's in your schoolwork and it's prohibited, don't use it. If there's a question, ask your instructor whether it's prohibited. There are going to be many cases where it will be prohibited and some cases where it will be allowed. Professionally, I don't think we're going to have as many barriers, because in the world of work, what is important is efficiency and quality. That's what's important. So in the world of education, we're trying to groom your organic brain. This is going to be an interesting world. So how do we train our organic brains, and then with the AI, where the AI can do so much of it better. But we do need to be better. I think to interact with AI, we have to be much better critical thinkers. So I think there's going to be a lot more emphasis on that. But anyhow, I don't want you guys to be at a professional disadvantage. And this thing, it has so many possibilities in so many areas. From, again, I've mentioned it before, but even helping with your resume. It can help you practice interviewing. It's just, and those are just little tricks. There's deeper things it can do as well. I'm going to show you a couple things, and I'm going to recommend 3 AIs. And the good news is that the learning curve is relatively low, but there is a learning curve. So don't let that frustrate you. I have found in talking to people about AI that they kind of fall in 2 groups. I tell them, oh my God, there's this amazing new technology. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. And they try it, and they think, one group thinks, oh, this is a funny, cute toy. It makes funny rhymes. It can make funny jokes. It can write funny stories. It can make funny artwork or whatever. There's that group who sees it like a little toy. Then there's those of us who dive deeper. And there's a group of us here at the college who are like, oh my God, when you really interact with it on a serious level, it is, we keep saying it every day. This is going to change everything. It's going to change everything. And it's going to happen very quickly. In November, Microsoft will be integrating ChatGPT because they are the largest owner of ChatGPT. They're going to integrate that into Microsoft 360. So it's going to be everywhere in just a few weeks for even people who don't do that. So that's going to be interesting to see what it looks like in the Microsoft products. But just the other use cases are just all over. So I'm going to show you just a couple of quick things, and then I'm going to I'm going to put a link below for a couple of people I follow on YouTube to keep abreast of the changes, because the changes are happening weekly with AI. So that's, you gotta spend some time with it to make sure that you're keeping kind of abreast of the changes. For example, ChatGPT is going to be having some major new features in the next week or two. They don't tell you exactly when. One of them already rolled out, and one of them is voice. So now I can talk to ChatGPT on my phone, and we can have conversations, which is pretty cool. And vision. So it's going to be able to see pretty soon. And the demos of the vision component that I've seen are mind-boggling on what it can do. Basically, again, the smartest person in the world, who is your personal assistant, will now have eyes. So it's pretty interesting. And then also the ability to create images is going to be integrated into ChatGPT sometime. I think they said in October as well. So you'll be able to create photorealistic images with just a few words. But again, there is a little bit of a learning curve. But I just want to show you a couple things, couple of AIs that I recommend for your own career that you start learning it. Because again, there's going to be those that use it, those that don't. Those that use it will have a tremendous advantage over those that don't. And I want you guys to have the advantage. All right, so the first one is obviously I call it, it's kind of the gold standard. And right now, the gold standard is ChatGPT. So go on to ChatGPT. Hopefully you have an account. There are two versions of this. There is the free version. Oh, hold on. All right, log in. There's the free version. And then there is a paid version for $20 a month. In my opinion, play with the free one, but the free one is amazing, okay? But the free one is ChatGPT 3.5. Okay, as you can see here, good for everyday tasks, free, and totally free. It's amazing. 4 is, they're very secretive about this, but 4 is about 10 times, they estimate 10 times the brain of 3.5. And this is the one where you get all the amazing little features with. So for $20 a month to have the most amazing technology I've ever seen in my lifetime, it is worth it. Hands down, 100%. I'll never be without it. Going forward. And a few things that it can do, and I'll just you have these various modes. You have default mode. You can now interact with the internet using your artificial intelligence. They have something called advanced data analysis. Don't let that freak you out. Sounds fancy, right? But what that allows you to do is to upload documents, to upload spreadsheets, to almost upload anything, and you can work with. You can start working with it. You can tell it to, read this document, provide, examples of way to improve the document. You can upload spreadsheets. You can do statistical analysis on those spreadsheets. I did one where I uploaded a spreadsheet and I just pretended I didn't know what to do with it. And I kind of did. And I said, well, give me some ideas what I could do with this. And it listed all the various statistical analysis it could perform on that spreadsheet. So it was amazing. Again, think of it like now, it's like the smartest person in the world can read spreadsheets and other Word type documents. And then you can start interacting and talking and doing and manipulating those things. And then there's something called plugins, which allow you to sort of turbocharge its brain a bit. And there's like thousands of plugins, but you can create charts, graphs, you can have it, again, little specific added features that you can add to the brain of GPT, more in the lines of output that enhances it. So these great features that come along with 4, in addition to something called custom instructions. So custom instructions allow you to shape how GPT responds. And you can shape how GPT responds anyway through just writing your prompts. But this way, it's kind of like a pre-built prompt. If you want it to act like, I don't know, a director of marketing, and there's a certain way you want it to have the output, it will shape its output that way. You get much better curated output versus kind of the generic brain of GPT-4. So again, these aren't really hard things, but it's a little bit of a learning curve. So definitely, take some time, play with this. You will, for those of you that get it, you will not let it go after you start doing this, guaranteed. The next thing I want to show you, another one of my favorites, is called Claude 2. Okay, you can see right here, Claude AI. They're on their second version of it. This one is spectacular. Now, GPT can do this as well, but this one, less customizable, but just for the written word, is great. You can upload documents. You can upload documents as large as like a Harry Potter novel. It will read it. And then you can interact with it if you needed to interact with like uploads. Or you could just interact with it normally, and it's just amazing. Like it seems to be, I would say, almost as good as GPT-4, especially in writing. I don't have to tease out as much with the type of writing I like to see out of it. Like I have to tease more or craft my prompts sharper with GPT-4 than with Claude 2 from Anthropic. So that's the other one that I highly recommend that you kind of play with. The good news is that the way that you talk to AI, the way that you interact with it for these two particular models, okay, once you learn that skill, it's transferable. And from me as an educator, the skill is very similar to creating an assignment. You have to be very specific. Usually if you want to have a good assignment, you have to be very specific and tell it what to do and tell the output that you want from the student. Same thing with AI. You have to just like, here's your assignment. Here's how I want it. Here's what you need to do. Here's how the steps, or make sure you tell me the steps that you do. Those skills, once you kind of get that skill down, you get much better output out of it. Again, think of it as a human, and the less ambiguity, if I could say that word, ambiguity, that you give it in what you want in your output, the better output you're going to get. So you got to train your mind to be kind of sharp with how you want to see your output. And once you get that skill down, then it works for both of these. The third AI that you'd probably want to investigate is the I would say the most human of the AIs. It's called Pi, P-I, as you can see right here, P-I. Put it on your phone. And it is best as a interactive conversation. And I can say that from what I've seen, it is incredible how it interacts with you in a conversational mode. It's the best conversational mode AI I have seen, and really kind of simulating a human being. Again, incredibly knowledgeable, can talk on any topic you want. And what's cool about this, they do have, when you get the app, and this is obviously the web-based version. Let's see if it's on the home screen. Yeah. So the home screen has these kind of I guess, I don't say preloaded, but pre-suggested pathways. You don't have to do these particular pathways. You know, you can do, this is kind of just more of like, you can do anything you want, talk about anything with it. But it is pretty cool. What I've seen it for just like in the learning mode, it's wonderful for that. It can, if I was to practice interviewing skills, I would use this. I would just tell, hey, you know, I tell Pi, hey Pi, I'm going for this type of job. I'd be very specific. Can you help me with simulated interviewing questions? And can you please critique my answers and help me improve? This is the kind of stuff it can do. Amazing stuff. And learning is amazing. I mean, I would predict that within the next decade, maybe two, there won't be as many educators around, because this will do this. You could have the AI be the best educator in the world. The most knowledgeable educator is not always the best. You know, sometimes the most knowledgeable ones are the worst because they can't communicate well. This will be able to communicate in a way that works best for the student. And of course it will be incredibly knowledgeable about many topics. So I even see some of that going away, or being changed in some form. So there you go. That's it. So we've got those three AIs I'd recommend. Those are the ones that are really hitting my radar. Of course, GPT, just to summarize, GPT, either the free or the paid version, Claude 2, and then Pi. Pi is free. Claude 2, I didn't mention that. Claude 2 does have a premium level. I do that one for $20 a month. I think it just gave me premium access to their servers. That's what I got there. The free version was pretty cool, but I was getting timed out, and I needed to pay for access, so I did. It's that important. And then obviously GPT. You will find, so just announced last week, Amazon bought Claude 2. So all of these major tech companies, and I'd consider Amazon sort of tech, they definitely do a lot of it. They're all aligning with AI. So Microsoft is ChatGPT, Claude 2 is Amazon, and coming up will be something called Gemini. There's a lot of buzz about Gemini, and that's Google's next big push into AI. Google currently has Bard, which is not so good. I mean, it's okay, but not great. But apparently there's a lot of buzz about Gemini coming out, so stay tuned for that. Kind of to go head to head with ChatGPT 4. So there you go. A lot of stuff. Pick something. I would say at least pick ChatGPT. Learn that. Stay abreast with the features, because it will definitely be something that is going to help you, professionally with your career. So long video, but I think it's a super important topic, because I think it's going to impact people in the next year or two, in all of our jobs. So, all right. I'll put the links down below for some videos that I follow on some folks, some channels I follow on YouTube. Find the one that works for you. And then it doesn't have to be these guys, but these are the ones that I kind of follow, and then I find them beneficial. All right, guys, that is pretty much for this week. Everybody have a great week, and I'll see you for our final week of the class.